Scott, you're at the halfway point of the training week now. How would you assess the first few days?
Tough. But you expect that pre-season. I think the biggest factor is you just have to look around, look at the weather, the heat. It's been very, very tough to kind of get your breath, but that's what we're here for. We're working really, really hard 3 times a day. But like the gaffer said, if you want to win the league and go through tough patches, you've got to kind of put that grind at the start of the season. And what he's done is he's brought us here and he's made it tough for us on a daily basis. But what he's doing is getting everyone really, really tightly together.
From a goalkeeper's perspective, how different is the fitness work that you're doing?
So it's obviously different. Ours is more in short blasts, where you're constantly moving up and down. Okay, the reps might be less in time, but I'd say it's a bit more explosive. But it's been good actually to be involved in. The standard's been really high. The goalies have come back sharp. So it's a real pleasure watching them too. Really, really enjoy it. And obviously doing my bit as well to try and keep the standards high. And we've got a good group going on there.
You've mentioned the goalkeeper group. If we look at the group as a whole, there's a conscious effort from the staff to really build a togetherness while we're out here, isn't there?
Sorry, it's flies everywhere. Yeah, unreal, honestly. You've got Sonny, you've got Nels, they've come in. Kane walked through the door about 10 hours ago. He's like everyone's best mate. So, but I think the gaffer's well known for that, isn't he? I think he does a lot of kind of background work before he signs players. And it's huge. I think he tries to make teammates comfortable with whoever they're in or whatever situation. And if I end up walking back with, let's say, Nels here or Joe or Vic, people could have them conversations. And it just might be that little thing that you're away on a Tuesday night in February and you've got to get your mate out of danger. And I think that's what the gaffer's trying to embed into us.
How much are you feeling those bonds form with your teammates? Like you say, the new lads that you've not known very long.
Oh, massive. I mean, I'd talk to a burglar if he got in my house. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they're great. I mean, you can tell he's really, really done the background work. Really, really good team spirit. And what is good is the demand's high. The demand's high in training already. It's kind of like there's no excuses just because it's hot on the pre-season. And you've got your likes of Connor in there who's had unbelievable careers. And then, like I said, Nelson, Sonny, you've just come in demand from others. And you've got Birdie, who's the youngest, most senior pro I've ever met. Hence why he's going to have an unbelievable career. But no one takes it to heart. So I think everyone trusts each other in that aspect. I think that's really good as well. And that'll give us that extra little bit of percentage moving forward too.
You mentioned trust there. The lads have trusted each other with some really personal stories in the talks they've been given. Have you ever experienced anything like that before in your career?
Not really. It's still a bit frowned upon in this industry. Without going too deep into it, people think you still have to be this big, strong character and have this image and drive this car or spend this. It's not the case with human beings. I've had a comment on my group chat of my coaching saying, "Enjoy your holiday." It's like, well, get up and run up a hill at 7 in the morning and stuff like that, and you leave your kids for a week. My little girl, obviously she's 2, but she doesn't understand when I'm coming back. And like my little boy last night asked when I was home because he thought I was home today, and then them things hurt you. And obviously, they're pretty simple, and people are going through a lot worse than that. So it's been great how the lads have. The thing that's from my point of view, I was really honoured to show off my family on the screen and let people find out the inside and what goes on behind closed doors with me. But what I've really touched me the most was how comfortable people actually feel opening up to you, the gaffer, everybody about issues that obviously we won't go into, but that they've all got. And it means a lot to be in a team like that where people can just freely talk and feel comfortable to do that.
It's really quite touching to be part of, isn't it? I know Connor mentioned it last night.
Yeah, like there was one last night I won't go into, and it brought tears to my eyes, and it had nothing to do with me. I'm sure there was a few that happened to, and again, that just makes you look at that person or look at the other person that's talking about. I tell you what, I'm going to do everything for you. I'm going to run through a brick wall for you. And I don't think the gaffer does it for that reason. He does it so everyone feels comfortable as well and can trust each other. But yeah, it's been a touching few evenings, but also really proud to be part of it at the same time.
It's the first time I think we've spoken to you since you've signed your new contract. How pleased were you to put pen to paper?
Everyone knows me around. I love this place. Do you know what I mean? I know what I mean. I think at my age in the career, I think having that clarity of knowing what my role is and stuff like that really, really helps. Like, I know I've just got to be at it 100% every day in training to keep their standards high, and then if called upon or whatever, if I'm needed, be ready for that. But I love being around the building. I love kind of floating from the kit room to me and Dave have a laugh to stores to the canteen. I love being that kind of person in between. I've been very, very lucky to work with some good people over my career, but I've probably been the happiest I've been in the last year. Honestly, this club has been. A lot of people talk about the badge and the togetherness and stuff like that, and I can promise you now, I'm not just saying it, you can get my mum, my dad and my wife on camera, they don't know what's happened to me since I've come here. I've non-stop smiling, so I really enjoy it. Love working, like I've got a really close bond with Joe. I think he's unbelievable as a guy, not just a goalkeeper, and hopefully I'll build that with Vic, like me and Vic going out this afternoon for a coffee. So can't promise he'll come back in any great state, I'm just kidding. But yeah, hopefully I can build that with them and relationships with the squad and be that guy that people can kind of lean on if they need me.
We know you've got coaching aspirations as well, and you've got things going on in that regard. How are things progressing for you?
Yeah, rapid. Like, to be fair, I mean, I just get one thing straight. I want to be a player as long as I can. Like, you know, whether it's doing this role and you know, if they want me here, brilliant. But what the club has done has been great to give me that platform to get out there and do my coaching, and doing my badges. And I must say, there's some unbelievably good goalkeepers in the academy. You've got 2 13s in Charlie Mountain and Arlo. You've got Charlie Harley under 15s and Tomo and Harley. You know, if 50% of them don't make it, then I'm going to look at myself as I want to help develop them. Do you know what I mean? I want to help bring them in. And you've got Evo who's been training with us as well, and I want to be that guy that Joe can lean on, but then the younger ones can come into and ask, you know, because I've been there and done that. You know, I've played 500 games, so I'd like to think I've been in some kind of situation that they're going to be in. And it's helped my coaching school as well, because it's helped me develop different ideas and have the luxury of bringing them down to my sessions as well. So the kids have been able to meet these pros that are kind of close to their age as well, and know where they've got to get to. So really love it, really enjoy it, and long may it continue, hopefully.